Good morning, students. We are doing the module 3 of elasticity of demand. We have already covered these topics: meaning of elasticity of demand, types of elasticity of demand, meaning and degrees of price elasticity of demand, unitary elastic demand, inelastic demand, elastic demand. You remember? Now, today module is about methods of measuring price elasticity of demand. Basically, there are three methods: percentage method of measuring price elasticity of demand, total expenditure method of measuring price elasticity of demand, and the geometric or point method of measuring price elasticity of demand. We'll move on to the explanation of the first method, percentage method. The formula is, we have done this earlier also, EP is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. In the numerator we have percentage change in quantity demanded. In the denominator we have percentage change in price. Another formula, alternate formula, which is used for solving the numericals is EP is equal to delta Q by delta P into P by Q. Now, what are these delta Q and delta P? We'll be dealing with it. EP denotes price elasticity of demand. P is the initial price. Q is the initial quantity. Delta P is the change in price and delta Q is the change in quantity. When we'll be doing a simple numerical of this topic, I'll be discussing this in detail with you people. Okay, before solving a simple numerical, we must know some things. P is the initial price. Whenever I'll be solving the sum, P will be my initial price. Q will be my initial quantity. P1 will be my new price. Q1 will be my new quantity. Whenever we are measuring price elasticity of demand, some new price is given, some old price is given. Okay, old price is initial and new price is new one. Okay, so P initial price, Q initial quantity, P1 new price, Q1 new quantity. Delta P is denoted by change in price. So how do you measure change in price? New price minus old price, right? So P1 minus P. New price minus old price, it means P1 minus P. In the same way, how you will measure change in quantity? Delta Q is equal to change in quantity, that is Q1 minus Q. New minus initial quantity. New quantity minus old quantity. Okay, now this is a simple numerical. When price falls from rupees 4 to rupees 3, quantity demanded increases from 20 to 30 units. Calculate elasticity of demand. A simple numerical. I'll be doing simple numerical here. I'll send you solved numericals whenever I'll send you the complete notes of this chapter. I'll send you the solved numericals in detail. Okay. Now, just look at this sum. It's very easy sum I've taken. Okay, I told you what is P. The point P is initial price. P1 is new price. Q is initial quantity or the old quantity. Q1 is the new quantity. Now see, when price falls from 4 to 3, first the price was 4, now the price is 3. So P will become 4. When price falls from 4 to 3, this is the old price, this is the new price. Old price, new price. P is the old price, P1 is the new price. Quantity demanded increases from 20 to 30. 20 will become the old quantity, Q1 will become the new quantity. Q is 20, it's the old quantity, and Q1 is the new quantity, that is 30. Putting the formula of delta P, the formula is P1 minus P, 3 minus 4. Generally the answer comes in negative, but while solving the sum we will ignore the negative. I am repeating, whenever we will solve the sum we will ignore the negative. P1 minus P, 3 minus 4, 1. Delta Q, 30 minus 20, Q1 minus Q. Q1 minus Q is 30 minus 20. Put the value 10. Now we remember that formula, EP is equal to delta Q by delta P into P by Q. Delta Q change in quantity, delta P change in price. P is initial or the old price, Q is the old quantity. So this I have taken here 10, delta Q is 1, delta Q was 10, delta Q was 10, put it here, delta P is 1, put it here, P 4, put it here, Q 20, put it here. Okay, when you will solve this, the answer will be EP is equal to 2. The value 2 is greater than 1. And we remember the case is greater than 1 is elastic demand. The case is less than 1 is inelastic demand. So since the value of EP is coming to greater than 1, I have written there elastic demand. This is simple numerical I have given. Now we move on to the next method. This method we'll be doing in detail today. Total expenditure method. Okay. How do we measure elasticity of demand using the total expenditure method? Price elasticity can be measured by change in total expenditure on a commodity due to change in price of the commodity. Okay, in this method we measure the elasticity of demand using the total expenditure. Now what do you mean by total expenditure? Suppose a pen price is 5 and you have bought 10 quantity of that pen. So 5 into 10 will become 50. So total expenditure formula is 5 into 10, price into quantity. 5 rupees pen, you have bought 10 pens, so 5 into 10 will become 50. Now there are 3 types in this particular method: elastic demand, unitary elastic demand and inelastic demand. We will do it in details. Now what is elastic demand, you remember? Less change in price, too much change in quantity. Less change in price, too much change in quantity. EP is greater than 1 here, okay? Value EP is greater than 1. Now, we will see the conditions when there will be elastic demand in case of total expenditure method. Now, you can see here I have made a table. The definition of elastic demand says, when price increases, total expenditure falls, and when price falls, total expenditure increases. I repeat, when price increases, total expenditure falls, and when price falls, total expenditure increases. It means its elastic demand or EP is greater than 1. They move in opposite direction. The price and total expenditure move in opposite direction. You will see here, I am telling you opposite direction. How come? Now first of all, in price into quantity will become total expenditure. This table will be clear to you. I told you total expenditure formula is price into Q. So 60 into 10 is 600, 50 into 13 is 650. Clear? Now, when the price falls from 60 to 50, right? The price is falling. You can see the sign, the price is falling from 60 to 50. As a result, the expenditure increases from 600 to 650. There is an increase sign. It means with the falling price, the total expenditure is increasing. It's the case of elastic demand. We move on to the next one, unitary elastic demand or EP is equal to 1. The change in quantity and the change in price is the same. Unitary elastic demand, EP equal to 1. Now what is the condition for EP equal to 1? When the price increases or decreases, when the price falls or rises, there is no change in total expenditure. No change in total expenditure, then EP will be equal to 1. Now see this formula again. You remember price into quantity will give you total expenditure 6 into 10, 600, 50 into 12, 600. When the price is falling, the total expenditure is not at all changing. With the fall in price, the total expenditure no change. Then EP will be equal to 1. Move on to the inelastic demand, EP less than 1. In inelastic demand, what happens? The price and the total expenditure moves in the same direction. The price and the total expenditure moves in exactly the same direction. Price rises, total expenditure also rises. Price falls, total expenditure also false. They are moving in the same direction. Again, the same table, price into quantity will give you total expenditure. 6 into 10, 600, 50 into 11, 550. Price is falling. You can see the prices are falling. The total expenditure is also falling. Price falls from 60 to 50. You can see here, right? Price falling sign is there. Price falling from 60 to 50, total expenditure also falls. EP less than 1. We move on to this diagram. Now explaining this diagram, I'll try to explain this diagram to you. First of all, plot x and y axis as normal. X and y. On x axis put total expenditure, on y axis put price. Total expenditure, price. You'll first make the curve. The first thing you'll do is you'll make this curve TE. You can see the shape of the curve, rising here, constant here and decreasing here, right? Shape of the curve, check, rising here, okay, constant, decreasing. Now I'll teach you how to make this curve and how to interpret it. Now you will mark 4 points over here, A, B, C, D. How are you going to mark the A, B, C, D? You will take the point A and on the same line with a dotted line will join, the D will be here. B and C point are constant. You can easily make it, okay? This point is B, this point is C. A and D should be in a straight line and you make a dotted line, put it M over here. B and C, put a dotted line, put M1 over here. Okay, move on to the explanation. This is price P. When the price is falling from P to P1 here, yeah, right? When the price is falling from P to P1, the total expenditure increases from A to B position. A means M, B means M1. Again, when the price falls, the total expenditure is moving in this direction. Price falls, total expenditure increases from M to M1. A to B means M to M1. Price falling, total expenditure increasing. Opposite direction, EP greater than 1. In this place, EP will be greater than 1. Price further falls from P1 to P2. The expenditure remains constant. EP equal to 1. Again, the price further falls from P2 to P3. Again, I am repeating. Again, the price further falls from P2 to P3. The position is C to D, right? Price again falls from P2 to P3. The position is C to D. C to D means M1 to M, right? C to D, it's moving. C to D means price is falling from P to P3. Expenditure is decreasing from M1 to M. Price is falling from P2 to P3. Expenditure is decreasing from M1 to M. Same direction. EP less than 1. We will move on to the next point method in the next module. Thank you.